it today. Well, double up. Do not pick your face. That's what happens when you pick your face. Don't pick your face. You see this? Don't pick your face. Yeah. All right, let's get started. No, for real, let's get started. Okay, so after much deliberation, I'm deciding I'm gonna do some readings on here too. You know, not just reviews, not just talks and things. I'm gonna do some reviews on here too because I love you and you guys love me. So let's share this love together. Look, I'm letting y'all see my little rose, but I love me a cinnamon roll. Okay. Anyways, anyway, let's get into this reading. Let's get ahead and get started. We're gonna be doing a daily reading, and it is a little late in the day, so I think I'm gonna do maybe a weekly read up until Tuesday. If you're wondering why my sage looks like this, mind your business, and then you won't wonder anymore. You know, see how that works. But we're gonna be doing we'll do a weekly read since it is Friday. We'll just probably do a weekend weekly read, and then we'll go from there, right? So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Clearing out the space. Okay. All right. So let's start with love. Let's start with some love. Spirit, we are going to be doing a weekly reading. Let's do this up until Tuesday when I hop back on here again. So, Spirit, what is coming for us this weekend? What can we look out for in the matters of love, in the matters of friendship, in the matters of our relationships? What can we look out for? Oh my goodness, what can we look out for, Spirit? Right there. Okay. So we have body language. So it looks like we are going to want to be paying attention to body language and recognizing our worth. So not only to another person's body language, but also to our body language, how we react to people, how we feel around people, how we think before we go meet up with them, or after that, things of that sort. Pay attention to not only your own body language and how you're feeling, what you're thinking and experiencing, but also them as well. Pay attention to it so that way you can recognize your worth. Not saying that you will be in a situation, you can see my ring light, you won't be in a situation where you think Spirit becoming into a situation where you may be compromised within your own thoughts of self and knowing your own worth. So recognize that in who you are and what's going on in that instance, and recognize that. So if I'm feeling like I'm going to question, maybe I need to stay home. Maybe I need to talk to this person, have a conversation, and see what's happening. And figure that out. So that way, again, paying attention to the body language, you'll understand your worth. Do I need to put myself in this situation? Do I need to go there? Do I, anything of that sort, anything of that nature is going to give you that. Did this look better? No, I was right the first time. It's going to give you that understanding of what's happening for you and with you. Okay? Thank you. I want these cards. Soulmate. A little bit on the horizon. And this also comes into contact with knowing your worth and how you feel and act and think around a person. If you have to diminish yourself, or if you feel even more vulnerable, more open, more comfortable, more loved, and more understanding. So this weekend, just be looking out for friendships, family, relationships of lovers, or things of that sort. Even your career, jobs of that sense. That is also a relationship that we interact with about 75% of our lives. So recognizing that and taking heed to that as well will allow that experience. Okay? So recognizing that and understanding, okay, what am I feeling when I'm around these people? My phone just don't want to say center. What am I feeling when I'm around these people, and what's going on and what's happening in these certain situations, right? And then we also have options. So again, it's a matter of decision. That's letting me know that there's going to be a choice. If you did not watch the new moon in Aries, there was a situation with the love reading, not like a fast situation, but a situation where you're going to have to choose. If the situation that I'm in, can it be worked out? Can we move past this? Can we both grow in a way that is beneficial for both of us within this relationship, within this environment? Or do I need to remove myself? Is there something better for me out there? And better doesn't mean that this person was necessarily bad. It can also just mean that it's better for me in my life and where I'm going and not where I currently am. And if it's better for me, it's also going to be better for them. Because if we're in a relationship and we're not able to relay anything, an exchange of energy, an exchange of compromise, an exchange of understanding and patience and things of that sort, there are different options out there for you, and that comes with knowing your worth, so that way you can be guided to a soulmate. And soulmates aren't just lovers and relationships, but I am hearing that that can be an instance as well. But it is a matter of business decisions in that soulmate, of knowing your worth and where to step out. It is a matter of knowing friendships that have exceeded their limit are coming up on that time. It is also knowing if this relationship with your lover or your partner is not, again, moving forward. So again, you have options, you have choices, you have decisions that you can make. It's just a matter of, do you trust in yourself, your own body language, and how you feel and what's happening and what's going on, and knowing your worth enough to recognize this person is or this person isn't, right? So get that together and work that out, so that way we can kind of move forward in that sense, okay? Geez. It is safe to fall. And what that means, Spirit is letting me know, it is safe to fall and trust yourself. Trust your intuition. It is safe to fall and rely on you in whatever path and choice that you make. Because it's the choice for you, right? It's the understanding and pathway and guideline for what you want to do for your life and with your life, and understanding that. So if it is safe for me to fall, if it is safe for me to trust in my own body language and what I'm feeling, if it's safe for me to know this is what I want out of love, this is what I want to give with my love, this is how I want to receive my love, things of that sort. It's a matter of choosing that, because you do have options of either settling or forcing it or all of these things, or allowing it to work for you in your benefit and your good, and attributes of that sense, right? We have blooming. You are blossoming, you are growing. Again, it's a matter of that understanding of the truth of all of these things. So over this weekend, over this time, if you need some moments to reflect, if you need some moments to, step back, think, things of that sort, create, journal, plan out the next 5 to 10 years. And not plan out the next 5 to 10 years, sorry. Write a love letter for yourself in 5 to 10 years. I'm just taking a little bit of the new moon in Aries. And write out what your love feels like, what you're experiencing, how you're enveloped in it, how you recognize it, what's going on, what's moving you towards, things of that sort. Write that out for your future self for 5 to 10 years. So that way, again, you can be like, this is what I want to blossom into. It is spring, so we already are blossoming and opening our hearts. But just make sure that, again, this is something that you want to see in the future as well, how you're acting and who you're with. And if not, then that is when you start making those options, those decisions, those choices, moving forward in a better direction in life for yourself, okay? So here, give me one more. Short-term connection. Again, this can be, it's a matter of, it doesn't matter how long you've known this person, that is all, it doesn't matter, okay? Don't be sucked in by the pillow talk. It doesn't matter how long you've known this person, what's going on. It is going to be a short-term connection. And that sometimes is hard to recognize and or think about, like, what do you mean? Like, this again, when you're writing about the love that you want to experience now, is it reflecting how you're feeling, what's going on, what you're experiencing, even what you're giving to others or giving to yourself? Recognize that if you want to blossom and recognize it, that it is safe to fall and understand what to do and move forward, do that. Understand that. Recognize that. And allow that to happen for you. Um, Ooh, that got my toe. Good. Recognize that it is for you, and that understanding, and that, like, pillow talk is when you are vulnerable, you are comfortable, you are relaxed, you are letting your guard down. There's some communication that is spoken and unspoken, things that are seen and unseen that you recognize not only in yourself that you are letting out and blossoming, but also in the other person. So if you also want that, recognize that you don't also want to be sucked in by that, because sometimes it is a facade that people put on. So that is also, again, why you want to pay attention to your body language and how you're feeling, because not all pillow talk is on a good pillow. Okay, so that is love of what we want to look out for this weekend. Recognize that there may be some short-term connections in your life that you need to get rid of. Um, and that you just need to get rid of. That just isn't working for you. But again, in order to understand what is and isn't working for you, not only do you want to write that letter, but you want to pay attention again to your body language and understand that you are worthy of the things that you want. You are worthy of the love that you need, as that is the first thing that was created here for us. When we got here, we were loved by thousands of our ancestors before we got here. So why am I settling for anything less than 1,000%? Okay, so recognize that you have options. Recognize that you have things that you can do and possess, and take that in and recognize that. Okay, so that is our love. So take that into account, write that, and set it up. Okay. So let us get into some messages. Let's see what Spirit has been trying to tell us about our life. That was our love. Let's get into a little bit of our life. Let's see what's happening, see what's going, see what's moving and shaking for us, okay? Spirit, what is happening in our life? What's going on? Rephrase it. Spirit, what can we look out for this weekend for our life? What can we look out for this weekend for our life, Spirit? We want to get into nature. We want to be a little bit more grounded. We want to be a little bit more centered and rooted within ourselves. So stepping out into nature, even if you're only outside for like 5 minutes. I literally had to go to my office yesterday, handle some business, and I was just walking around the lake back and forth, and it was beautiful. It was amazing. It was refreshing. It was nice. I wasn't even out there for that long, but it was so powerful that it was just like, wow, this is some good shit. It gave me a lot of more energy than I was expected, to the point where I didn't get much sleep, but that's a different conversation for a different day and not today, okay? But get into nature, and if you're not able to get into nature, access it, or things of that sort, I always say cooking with food. That is also an earth element. Herbs, food, nutrients, things of that sort. Start cooking meals for yourself. That way you are also consciously taking in a little bit more nature and what you're eating and how you treat yourself and things of that sort. So if you're not able to go outside, if you're not able to buy plants, if you're not able to get flowers, if you're not able to get any of that experience, cooking and just actually cooking consciously and not just cooking because you're hungry. If that makes sense, I hope it does, okay? We have grounded. We have grounded. Again, we want to be centered in ourselves, within our life and what we're doing and where we're going. Again, even in our love reading, we got that we want to be grounded and centered ourselves to understand our own body language and our intuition, where we're going. In our life, that is a necessity. So that when we are going out into the world and we are being perceived, that no matter how we are perceived in somebody else's perception or view, that we understand and we know ourselves, no matter what. No matter what's going on, no matter what people are saying, no matter what you think people are thinking, because you're not thinking about them at all. That's the beautiful part. Because when you're so centered in yourself, you don't think about what other people think. At least not in a negative way. You walk in there like you are the shit. I like to refer to one of my cards that big dick energy. It emulates. Big dicks don't need to tell you that they got big dicks. They just walk around like they do. They do. So be grounded and centered in yourself and recognize who you are. And if you're having struggle, again, journaling also helps. Not just cooking. If you don't like to cook or don't know how to cook, journaling is allowing you to get grounded in yourself as well. And being centered in that. Being conscious in what you're doing and what you're thinking about yourself. Again, trusting in your intuition. And I always say start small. Start with, okay, I want to wear this today. Just wear that today. Trust in yourself that you're going to do that today. I want to drink this today. I want to eat this today. I want to start with the small things in your life. Start with the daily, mundane, quote unquote, activities in your life. So that way, when it gets to the bigger things about making bigger decisions in any scale, you're like, I trust myself for this and it worked out. I trust myself for this and it worked out. It's going to work out. And that is how you get a little bit more centered and grounded in self as well. What else do you have for us? Nope. What else do you have for us, Spirit, for this weekend, for our life? What else should we look out for or have? What's going on, Spirit? I felt it and I passed it. Focus. We need a little bit more focus in our life. We need a little bit more, again, that consciousness, that doing stuff consciously. And sometimes we do a lot of things subconsciously, like we just wake up, brush our teeth, we wash our face, we wash up, then we go, you can probably go do something, we get dressed, things like that, those sort of things. But doing it even more consciously also helps. Oop, my little came on. Hold on. I'm giving trouble in the big nose. But allowing yourself to be more focused and not in a way of so focused that you withdraw from yourself, you withdraw from others, that you start doing this, just allowing yourself to be, again, that a little bit more consciously developed in what you're doing and focusing on that and why you're doing that in the first place, okay? So having that drive, having that focus, again, journaling, writing down your day, what you did that day, how it looked, how you felt. And if you don't want to write it down, record voice notes to yourself. You don't even got to listen to it later, but at least getting it out and understanding allows you to get this so out of here, so that way you have a lot more clear path. You have a lot more clear understanding of where you want to go and where you want to move, okay? And how it looks for you. Thank you, Spirit. I'm just reading an affirmation that I did yesterday. Not my affirmation. This is my affirmation. I was right on top. Okay. I want you to say, I'm confident and it is safe for me to be powerful. Because when it is safe for you to be powerful, it is safe for you to fall, it is safe for you to do those things, you are trusting in your power. You are trusting in the decisions that you make. You are trusting in every move and attribute that you have for and within yourself. It's getting a little hot. And understanding that and recognizing that as well. In all aspects, I am confident. That big dick energy, that grounded, I know myself, I'm true to myself, I'm interconnected with nature, I'm interconnected with me and my own body, and it is safe, that groundedness, that safe to fall, that blossoming, that love, those options, for me to be powerful, for me to understand what I have, for me to have that focus, for me to have that drive and that understanding. So pay attention a little bit more this weekend. You know, consciously pay attention. Not just, consciously. What does my life look like? What does my life feel like? What is my life doing for me? What is my life taking from me? Okay? It's fucking with me, because the light is actually starting to come out now. But allow that to happen and be there for you, okay? Ooh. Yeah, I haven't gathered. I've been having a little bit of struggle with cameras and shit. Just, we're working out for my good. But Next card we have is gratitude. Being grateful for what you have. And not just like, oh, I'm grateful that, just being, again, consciously, intentionally grateful. Right? Because when you start thinking about what you're grateful for, you start thinking about what you have. When you start thinking about what you have, you can also start thinking about things that don't work for you in more ways. That I want to be more blessed. I want to be more open. I want to be more welcome. And in order to practice gratitude, you want to just stare at a candle. It's called, I'm about to look up, tantric. That's what it's called. Candle staring is where you just stare at a candle and you allow it to flicker. You allow it to look at the flame and you allow it to see it. And then that is when you realize, like, what am I grateful for? What am I truly grateful for? Am I truly grateful that I am alive? Because a lot of people just say, I'm so grateful that I woke up this morning, and they really want to kill themselves. I've been there. It's just a matter of truly, again, being so focused to the point that you are conscious and aware of what your life makes you feel and how it makes you feel. So be grateful for the things that you do have. I'm grateful that I do have life and breath in my body. I'm grateful that I'm able to have intuition and guidance. I am so grateful that I am able to be me wholeheartedly. So just even saying things like that. I'm grateful that I decided to eat Chipotle today. I didn't. But you get what the fuck I'm saying. So just even those things, just being grateful for what is going on in your life, allows you to pick out things that are not, that you don't want. Let's try to get one more card. We have stormy. We're getting over a storm. We're kind of getting through that passage, and maybe some terrains and maybe some rocky waters happening for us. Message. And maybe a message coming in, but just allowing that to happen for you. We are going to pull this card. Thank you, Spirit. I was going to not pull it, but we're going to do message. But allow that message to come in. But that a message can come in if your mind is so loud, if your body is so loud, if you're not vibrating on a way that you are able to be more centered. That's why you want to write things out. That's why you want to journal. That's why you want to meditate. Meditate is having an internal conversation with self. Praying, which I don't even know, like, I don't even like calling it praying, because praying just sounds like praying, and don't ever pray for me. Just allow that within yourself, right? Allow yourself to receive messages as is. So again, that comes with being grounded. That way you're able to accept things as they are, truly and logically. Your emotion also adds to that. This is how I'm feeling. This is what's going on. And that allows that balance, that allows you to blossom, that allows you to trust in yourself and your intuition, and allows you, when you are presented with options for people to get rid of, situations to get rid of, moving forward, grounding myself and centering myself, you know exactly which way to do it. You have a clear path, and you have a deep innate understanding of, this is how I'm going to get here. So you will be messages coming in from friends, from family, from lovers, from careers, from ancestors, from gods, from the universe. And these are things you want to pay attention to. Okay? And it may seem like a lot, but it's a matter of, sometimes a message is somebody just showing who they truly are. I'm truly there for you, or I'm truly not. And sometimes a message is just understanding where to take your life moving forward. Do I need to rest more? Do I need to think? But again, getting all of this out of here helps immensely, helps profoundly in more ways than you know. Trust me, I literally just finished my last podcast. Random book, and I'm like, damn, what the fuck am I supposed to do? But we going here, okay? So recognize that for the weekend. Be a little bit more grounded, be a little bit more centered, be a little bit more out in nature, and dive into that more. So that way, again, you can trust in yourself. Being reliant on self. Being dependent on self, but not solely reliant on self. Having support is a wonderful thing. I want to get into the shadow. Let's get into this shadow. Let's get into what we hiding first, this hidden truth. And then we'll get into the shadow. So the hidden truth is what we're currently hiding, right? So Spirit, what are we hiding that would be I wish I can share my good news with you. So, we just got the information that somebody out here, this may not be for us, but if you can't share your good news with somebody, Why are they here? Why are they here? Did you invite them? Okay. I don't think I did. You? Because I didn't. So it's just a matter of thinking of like, did I do that? Because if you did do that, then it's time to make a change. But yeah, and this can also be somebody that isn't here anymore, somebody that you did get rid of that you are currently dealing with and that you thought would be there, but it was a short-term connection. But yeah, I love you unconditionally. Ooh. That word I'm learning, unconditionally, I feel like should only be for yourself. I love you unconditionally should only be for yourself. Because people do need boundaries. People do need to understand that if you do this, I cannot give my love to you in this way anymore. I cannot do this, or I cannot act this. Love does have conditions. And not in a way of, if you don't do what I say, type conditions. It's a way of the way that you treat me, the way that you act to me, things of that sort, respecting my boundaries, listening to me, being a little bit more patient with me, understanding me. Those are some of the conditions. Just doing things because you thought about me, things of that sort. It's just not saying that you have to, but it's just in that sense of realizing that yes, love can be conditioned, and the only love that should be unconditional is for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you only have yourself. Not like that, but like that. Like that. So the only love that should be unconditional is for you. So if you're loving someone else unconditionally, it must mean that you are loving yourself a lot less. Because everybody needs loves with conditions. But if we can't love ourselves through things where we feel like, oh, I was so stupid, or you're ashamed, or disappointment, or even through our good days and our good heights and stuff like that, then what is the point? What is the center and drive of focus that we're moving towards here? So I wish I could share my good news with you. I love you unconditionally. That is your hidden truth, is that you want something to work out so much because you're loving this person so much that you are neglecting yourself. You're not listening to your body language. You're not grounded enough and centered in yourself enough to realize it is safe to rely on my own love when I'm not getting love from someone else, especially since we shouldn't be looking for inner self-love or any type of love so externally that we neglect ourselves. But when we love ourselves, things are allowed to come. Like I said, that big day energy, realizing that you're confident and powerful, people are going to be attracted to that also have that. Sometimes it's people that want to use it. But again, recognizing who you are and knowing yourself enough, you're going to recognize this person ain't here for me. They're here for my power. I wasn't going to say they're here. We're not going to say that. But recognize that, okay? So that is your hidden truth. That is what you are also. Yes, also hiding from yourself. Thank you. You're not only hiding from yourself, that you wish you can share this good news with somebody or what's going on in your life or what's happening, but you're walking on eggshells, or you're contemplating, or you don't feel like they'll really be happy for you. Or anytime that you have shared news in the past, it's just in a way that's just like, all right. So don't love somebody else so much to the point that you don't care about yourself. Make other people have your love with conditions. So that way you're not just keeping people around because you have so much love. Yes, that's great. That's wonderful. That's so powerful to have. But if you're just giving it away, you're going to drain yourself. Okay? I'm becoming a better person. That's good. That's also why we got the blossoming, the blooming card. Recognizing things, writing things down, becoming that better person. But also don't be so convincing yourself that you're not actually doing the work. Okay, again, that storminess, that shakiness, that message coming in is because you are becoming a better person. It's that shift, it's that change, it's that recognizing what's going on and why it's happening and things of that sort. Okay, so if you are becoming a better person, that means again you have to recognize that you cannot love others unconditionally. That I have to be more grounded, I have to be more focused, I have to be more conscious, and I have to choose, because I do have options in how and what I want to do with my life. And if I'm becoming a better person, like I said, choosing better, then it's that realization of that. Okay? I am grateful for